The Colts come out in a bunch set.
Let's go.
The Colts take it from the 33. Can't hold on here as this goes incomplete. Here's a look at the offense. And this core group of wide receivers must find a way to get open today. Second down following that incompletion. The give out of the eye. And the tackle is made right around the 39-yard line.
It's always a chess match early in the game to see what your opponent is going to do. Good run that time by the offense. They pick up good yards. Maybe the defense will have to start crowding the line of scrimmage more.
Almost to the 40 at the 39-yard line. The Colts have it at the 39. Locked in on the football and has hold of it with two hands.
Well, he's got talent. This receiver can make the catches when you throw it his way. And I think his talent, the way offenses are designed, and the rules of the NFL, it makes guys like him almost unstoppable.
Fleener's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play. He's going to be tackled right around the 49. Richard Sherman last year even had some talk up for Defensive Player of the Year. He was in the discussion.
Jim, he's a really good corner, and if you ask him, he'll tell you he's a great corner. My man can get it done on the field, and he can talk some trash.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up second down and 8. And that pass is going out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, it's third down. The Colts have to get to the 41 for a first. Snap it out of the gun. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab. A foot race to the touchdown. And with that touchdown, they've grabbed the lead here early in the first.
Boy, it's always nice to jump out to lead in a football game. It just takes pressure off of you. And what it does, it puts the pressure on the other team. A good spot after scoring that touchdown.
The Colts getting set for the point after. Inside of the uprights. No return here as he takes a knee in the end zone. Wilson's heading out now for his first series.
Well, one thing you can never say about Russell Wilson is he lacks arm strength. I think that's what caught a lot of people by surprise, how strong his arm is and how willing he is to throw it down the field.
The Seahawks this time will go with 2 tight ends. First down at the 20. They'll run it here. Lynch is brought down after picking up 6 on this play.
The defense doesn't want to give up runs like that, so how do they stop it? Well, they start crowding the line of scrimmage, so you keep crowding that line of scrimmage, look out, they'll throw it over the top.
2nd and 4 following the run. He'll throw it over the middle. Intercepted! He's brought to a halt. Well, that's a rough way to get the game started, isn't it, Phil? Come out and throw an early pick.
Oh, it is. It's a terrible way to start for the quarterback and everybody involved, but I'll tell you this, I think it was a terrible call. So the quarterback, when the play's not there, throw it away. He took a chance, and that's why it was intercepted.
The Seahawks defense comes onto the field after surrendering a touchdown on the last drive.
Well, they're hoping for better results. No question about that, Jim. They got to come out. They got to hustle. There was not enough hustle last time. And the #1 key for all defensive teams is play hard.
Way to call them out there, partner.
Hey, that's what I do. I like to call people out.
They come to the line of scrimmage and an excellent starting point. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. The Colts from the 32. Right there to make the tackle.
Well, I know it's a short run that time by the offense, but it's what it's going to do for you long term. Keep running that football, try to wear the defense down.
This next play comes from the 30. Three-step drop. Intercepted.
Irvin, such an impressive athlete. We know he can tackle and stop the run game, but how about that in the pass game? Defending the pass and picking it off. Good job.
The Seahawks on offense after throwing the football to the other team the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, they got to be careful. They got to know who they're going up against. This is a defense that's good and smart. When you put those things together, look out. Hard to make big plays against this defense.
Wilson's lined up. 2 tight ends set. First down at the 28. And Vontez Burfict brings him down. Marshawn Lynch found a 2nd win for his career when he came out to Seattle.
He did find a 2nd win, no doubt about it, Jim Nance. And I'll tell you, he got bigger, stronger, and he's as tough as I've ever seen him. He is a perfect fit for the Seahawks.
The Colts go with the dime formation here on defense. 2nd down and 7. And Marshawn Lynch with the grab. Now, talking about the defense, an undrafted player back in 2012 who is one of the top tacklers in the league, linebacker Vontez Burfict.
When coaches talk about Burfict, they talk about how physical he is, what a good tackler he is, and how much he really understands the game. Those are great traits to have as a linebacker.
The Seahawks lined up, bunch formation. Throws the pass. 2 hands on the football and has the catch. That's his first reception today.
Nice job that time by the tight end, makes the catch, and you got to look out for him now in the NFL. Remember, they're usually the closest receiver to the quarterback. Quarterback gets in trouble, he's going to look for the tight end.
We'll set up now at midfield. The Colts defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. First down at the 50. Watkins ends up being the target and the receiver.
That's what you call a bullet pass. Very little space to throw the football into, but he gets it done. A lot of velocity, right on target.
Coming to the line of scrimmage, right at midfield. Second and 10. Looking to go deep. And intercepted. They bring him to the turf. Midway through the first quarter, and it's always a time where you're punching and counter-punching, and now they've got the pick and a chance to even score again.
Now, what would you know about punching and counter-punching, Jim? Were you a boxer at one time? It's amazing. You've done every sport, but you're right. They went out there. They did everything right. They've done everything right on both sides of the ball, and they're looking good.
The Seahawks defense buckled down the last time and got the takeaway on the interception.
Yeah, give the players some credit, but also give the coaching staff a lot of credit. They were calling aggressive defenses, and when you keep being aggressive on the defensive side, sooner or later you're going to get that turnover.
Let's go.
First down at the 21. They run the counter play. That's a gain of 8.
When you talk about counter runs, what we just saw that time, the defense thinks the play's going one way, then a pulling guard or tackle comes around and catches a defensive lineman off guard and makes a good block.
Second down following the run.
Let's go.
To the ground. Tackle's made, and the first down is picked up. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry.
You're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
The Colts take it from the 33. Will run with it again. And he is tackled down at the 38-yard line.
Always good to have these types of runs. Hey, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to. And also, it opens up so many other things for your offense.
And it's now second down and 5 after running it on first down. Fleener's usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
What a good job by the running back that time. He reads the blocks very well, and he picks his way through there and picks up a first down. That's nice.
First and 10. They're going to stay on the ground. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
If you're running back and you want more carries, do things like this. Read the defense right, read the blocking, and pick up first downs. That's a really good job by the running back.
The line of scrimmage, the 43-yard line. First down at the 43. And the tackle is made at the 35-yard line. He's now over 50 yards rushing on the day.
When you have defensive ends that like to go up the field and they think they're going to get to the quarterback, you know what you do to those kind of defensive ends? you run. Draw plays and screens underneath them. Take advantage of the fact that they're not reading their keys.
2nd down and 3 following that nice run. The Seahawks defense now is going to go nickel. Easy catch there. No one near him. And he's brought to the ground.
This is one of those guys, when you talk about receivers, no matter what, he is always open. If the coverage is tight, don't worry. Throw it out there. He'll make a play.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. Here's the first snap after the big play. Gains 5.
The Colts have really been dominant today on the offensive side. In the red zone now, they just take the football and they run it right at the defense and pick up solid yards.
This will be the 8th play of this drive.
Get ready. Grab 38.
Takes it again. Wright's going to make the tackle. We're through 1 quarter, and we'll take a short break as you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Papa John's, where you always get better ingredients, better pizza.
The Colts still possess the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. Coming to the line at the 8. The 2nd quarter is underway with this snap. Pass is intercepted. Wright's taking a knee here, so the ball will be spotted at the 20.
Wonderful job by the defense that time. They stayed after it, and inside their own 20, they finally come up with the play. They get the interception, and they keep the other team from getting points on the board.
Marshawn Lynch heading back out there. They've fallen behind here, and maybe it has something to do with the fact that he hasn't really been able to do anything on the ground to this point.
Oh, I think it's everything to do with why they're behind in this game so far here today, Jim. And listen, the coach has got to call some different plays. What they've been running has not worked. Time for a different look.
First down at the 20. Makes the reception.
What a nice catch by the receiver. Getting past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
First down on the way. Wilson's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. Watkins is going to pull in the bullet pass. How about the way he always locks in and concentrates on the catch?
And he's got hands like glue. When you shake his hand, he can break yours because that's how strong we are. So not surprised to see him just reach out and just snatch the football out of the air.
Here's the football resting at the 43. This play set up by the long gainer. Here's the handoff to Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be tackled right around the 37.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
That'll be 2nd and 4 after the running play. Wilson from the shotgun. It's Jermaine Kearse coming down with it.
You can do all you want on the defensive side. You can give a lot of looks, but it's just too easy for the quarterbacks and receivers to throw and catch.
The Seahawks at the line of scrimmage with their set of receivers in a bunch formation. The Seahawks from the 32. Lynch is going to secure the handoff. Picks up 8 here.
Nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator, coming with the counter run, and the defense being too aggressive. They're over pursuing, so you do the little counter, go the opposite direction, and it works well.
They come to the line at the 24. The Colts will come out in the dime. The Seahawks have it at the 24. Now slashing to the right side, looking for room.
Safeties now in the NFL have to cover like a corner, and they got to tackle like a linebacker. And that time the safety came up, and he tackled like a linebacker and stopped that outside run.
This is 3rd down. Wilson comes out in the pistol. Another carry here. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Lynch is trying to find a way to pick up that short yardage situation on 3rd down, but the defense does an outstanding job on especially the defensive line. Nowhere to run and no 1st down.
Hauschka set to attempt the field goal. The kick is good. Phil, I know they were looking for a touchdown on that drive, but they at least put up 3 midway through the 2nd quarter.
Well, you know, that 3, maybe that 3 points is going to be the difference in this game. That's how you have to look at it when you score. Don't always look at the negative. Sometimes look at the positive, and I think that 3 was very important. Hauschka ready for the kickoff. And they crash into him, ending the return at the 20-yard line. And the score right now may not be what one would expect, given that their go-to guy in the passing game has been absent so far. What do you make of this, Bill? You know, Jim, I think they just got caught off guard that time. I think they were not expecting this coverage and the defense that they're throwing at their star wide receiver, but they've had some good adjustments, and they're winning the football game, and let's don't forget, that's what counts the most.
First down at the 20. Handoff. That's a gain of 6. He's now over 60 yards rushing on the ground. And with these incredible rushing numbers, it's no surprise to see this team on top.
They are dominating on the offensive line. There's no question about that. They're being very physical, and that's why they're leading this football game. Fleener's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. Hands
handoff out of the I formation. He's averaging 5 yards per carry on the day.
You're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt. First down at the 34. Another handoff.
You got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
Second down after going to the ground game the first play. From the gun. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
When you play a cover 3 defense, you protect against the deep pass, but the problem is all the underneath stuff is wide open, and the quarterback is taking advantage of that.
On the way, third down. Will go ground. He's now over 80 yards rushing on the day.
Well, one of the hardest things to do, and I think in the NFL now, is third and short is run the football and pick up yards. That time, nice job by the offensive line. They showed their power, and they picked up the first down.
They come to the line, and it's first down. Another running play. Avril's the one who made the big stop.
The Colts offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens to run, loses yards, that's just a bad job by the offensive line.
Let's go.
Second down and a long way to go. Brought down at the 38. Phil, today we've seen a running back who was putting up some big rushing totals.
Jim, sometimes I get tired of talking about the quarterbacks and wide receivers, how well they're doing. What a good change of pace to watch the game evolve around a running back. And, man, this guy is taking advantage of those opportunities.
Now third and short following the run. They call his name again. Johnson's in on the tackle. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. Now as we come back to the field, following the 2-minute warning, we've got a defense trying to hold strong and not allow this lead to balloon any further. They're able to move the chains after that last run. He'll take the snap from the gun. And it's batted down. Set up now at the 32. Looks like a penalty on the defense.
Encroachment, defense. Still second down.
coming to the line at the 27.
The Colts come to the line with an empty backfield. From the shotgun. The Colts now move the chains. Can you believe how steady and reliable this guy is?
He is. What's the phrase for it? He is money, Jim Nance. Man, he pays off every single time. You throw the football near him, he'll make the catch.
The Seahawks with a nickel look here on defense. Now 1st and 10. Delaney Walker has the catch.
That was a nice job by the offense. It just puts them in a better position. Nice little throw and catch.
Mounting a serious drive. Second and 6. Makes the catch in open space. The Colts are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Offense ready to play after calling a timeout. Marching down the field and taking their time. The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. The give. Right all over the ball carrier. The Colts call a timeout and are left now with only one. Offense heads to the line for the 13th play of this drive. Second and goal from the 3. And it's swatted away.
When you get 3rd and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
This long drive continues. Goal line defense on the field. Flag is out.
Encroachment defense. Still 3rd down.
Just a yard away.
Third and goal from the 1. And now here's the toss. That's a touchdown. Able to take it across from just a couple of yards out. We're approaching halftime, and with that touchdown, they have a little extra breathing room before the break.
Oh, man, they're inhaling big time, and they love the way they feel right now and where they're at in this football game. On the defensive side, listen, you got some information. You saw what they're doing on the other side, so make some adjustments and find a way to get back in and get a way to win this game.
The point after is good. The Colts getting ready to kick it off. Fields the football at the 3. And the tackle is made right around the 32-yard line. And Marshawn Lynch heading back onto the field.
He hasn't made much of an impact in this game, Phil, and that's caused problems for his side.
Yeah, listen, he is the center of their football team. When he goes well, of course, the team goes well. So they got to find a way to get him started. How do you do that? Is it a trick play? I don't know. But get him going. Tell that offensive line to toughen up, and this game will change around.
The Colts set at the line. Dime package. The Seahawks from the 32. On the money. Anderson's there to make the tackle. The Seahawks are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Second down, even after the completion. Russell Wilson will take it from the gun. Jimmy Graham with the grab. Graham's tackled right at the 42. That's going to be a timeout charged to the offense. We're back, and the offense is ready to roll after the timeout.
Breaking huddle coming to the line at the 42.
The Colts lined up in the nickel. First down and 10. Jimmy Graham has the catch. Graham's taken down at the 18.
You know, you go to the hurry-up offense so you can get a high number of plays in, but also you don't want to use the timeout.
Graham's met after a gain of 8. The Seahawks have to take their final timeout. That's it. Offense ready for action coming out of their timeout. Second and 2 coming up. The Colts defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Wilson's got it in the gun. Into the hands of Jimmy Graham. That's reception number 4 for him.
Well, there's just no other option for the offense right here. They got to go to the hurry up because they have no timeouts left. So get as many plays off as you can.
Thanks, Jim, and welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to it. The Seahawks are on the bad end of things at home, but will have 2 quarters to turn it around. The Colts came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Colts take it at the 49. Broken coverage here on the pass play, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. He'll take the early advantage. Offense on the field now after the INT. Middle of the field, Russell Wilson will find his mark, and he ends up at midfield before he stopped on the play. There would later be a pick to end the drive. After the pick, offense comes out now. The pass ends up being picked off. Wrightson's happy to come away with the pick, ending the drive. Colts line up at the 3, and he'll be tackled at the 1-yard line. So that's going to wrap up our halftime report. We'll get you back now to CenturyLink Field, where Jim Nantz and Phil Simms are on the call.
All right, Larry, thanks a lot. Second half just about to get underway here as the special teams are about to head back onto the field. The Seahawks are set to return the kickoff. The second half is officially underway. Catches it at the 6 and begins the return. Anderson's there to take him down. That return's good for about 23. The Seahawks offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. And now here's the first snap of the second half. Graham with the grab. That's a gain of 6. That's 5 receptions on the day.
Well, if you guard the tight end close, sometimes that doesn't matter. They're so big and they got long arms, they can still make the catch. Quarterbacks give them a chance, they get it done.
That short pass play picked up 6. It's now 2nd down and 4. Graham set now, split out wide to the left. Wilson from the shotgun. It's Watkins with the catch. Gains 16.
Jim, when you're down multiple scores in the second half, you're looking for the little things to get momentum on your side. So just get a first down. Don't look for the big plays. That was a good job by the offense that time.
They come to the line of scrimmage. First down. Lynch lined up as the single back. Lynch now makes the move to the right. Still on his feet. Good yardage picked up on that call. He's averaging 5 yards per carry on the day.
Well, they call him the beast, Marshawn Lynch. I call him a road grader because he loves contact. He knows how to hit defenders, make them go backwards. That time he does it and picks up the first down.
First down coming up. He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun. He's got the catch.
The Seahawks coaching staff has done a good job of mixing things up today on first down. The pass catches the defense off guard. They pick up solid yards. Now it's 2nd and short.
Just 25 yards to pay dirt.
Second down and 1. Lynch is brought down after picking up 6 on this play.
Lynch is a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the first down. Now your offense has 3 more chances. When you get down in the red zone, the offensive coordinator's got to call a play that deceives the defense. Let's see if he can do it. His team is down. He needs a big play here.
First down at the 19. And that's good for only a yard or 2.
Lynch is trying to be patient, but there is nowhere to run that time, and he only gets a short gain.
They went with the ground game on first down, bringing up second. Back to him. And that picks up 3. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry.
Lynch is a dangerous runner when you give him room to run, but there is no room this time. What a job by the defense. They bottle him up for a short gain.
Third and 5 coming up. They go screen with Jackson. Touchdown and drawing close. Taking a chunk out of the lead with that touchdown midway through the third quarter and suddenly right back in it.
Yeah, they needed that touchdown. There's no question about it. Now the defensive coaches, you need to go out there and give your players something new. Try to catch the offense off guard so you can take the lead in this football game.
Touchdown and a 2-point conversion on that occasion.
Yeah, good job by the offense. They executed the play perfectly, and they got in the end zone, like you said, and got that 2 points.
The Colts are ready to return the kick. Jackson's going to drop to a knee here, so this will come out to the 20. The Colts come out to open up the second half, and they were hitting on all cylinders in the first half, Phil.
Yeah, be smart here in the second half, Jim. When you start out, just find out what the defense is thinking, and once you get a feeling about what they're going to do, then you start taking some chances.
First down at the 20. Out of the eye. Here's the handoff. They'll hike it to him out of the shotgun. Locked in on the football and on his way. The 40, the 30, the 20, The 10 in stride, and he's home for the touchdown. They're not that far from closing this game out after that touchdown here mid-third quarter.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's a dominant performance so far. That drive just set it all. They wanted to take it down the field, execute the plays. They did it, and the defense just let them have their way.
The Colts lined up now for the point after. He made it. The Colts defense will now be ready to get on the field. Their offense moved the ball over 80 yards on that last drive. Really no answer for them on what was a very impressive drive. The Seahawks are in shape now to return the kick. Watkins got a chance to return this one. And he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down. The Seahawks offense taking the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. That was a solid touchdown drive.
Yeah, just look at them, Jim. The way they run onto the field, you can see they're exuding confidence. When you got a confident football team, man, let them go and let them play and see if they can make it happen again.
The Colts defense now is going to go nickel. First down at the 27. Quick screen to Watkins. Watkins is tackled down at the 32. That's his fourth catch of the day.
Well, the quarterback showed off his arm strength that time, didn't he? He put the football right on the money, on a line, right into the receiver's hands.
So they complete that one, yet it's still second down. The Seahawks all bunched up here as they get set at the line. Wilson's back in shotgun formation. The Seahawks get a first down.
My gosh, the wide receivers in the NFL, it's incredible. It's not that you have one. Every team has 2 and 3, and some have 4. Good job that time by hauling in that pass.
First down, offense readying for the snap. First down here after the completion. Wilson with the give. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
And now they'll try over again on second down. The Colts come out in a dime package. Wilson standing back in the shotgun ready for the snap. And it's caught by Curse for a gain of about 5.
Crossing routes, that's what you want to throw when you see this type of coverage. 4 deep, cover 4, look for guys going across the field. Hard for the defense to cover those throws.
Wilson's completion percentage, 90% on the day. The Seahawks have it at the 39. Raymond, that time on the tackle.
Lynch is never able to build up that power that he has as a running back when there's nowhere to go. Hey, there's nowhere to go. That's a short gain.
2nd and 9 coming up. The Colts with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime. The Seahawks take it from the 38. Wilson's now going to hit the ground in a slide and in the play.
It's not as easy as it looks. That quarterback, good job of sliding before he takes the hit that time.
Third down on the way. It's a two tight end formation. Surveys. Wow, what a catch. The Seahawks have had a big target in the middle of the field today. Graham's not only made catches, but created big plays for this offense.
It just doesn't seem that it was that long ago when we looked at tight ends as just guys that can block for the run game. But now it's more important to be a receiving tight end in the NFL than it is anything else. And this guy can absolutely catch the football.
Tries to get the feet down, but this will be ruled incomplete.
When you're going against a good quarterback and receiver in the NFL now, one of the ways to stop it is tight man-to-man coverage. You against him.
That play is going to be challenged.
The previous play is
There's no question he caught the ball, but there is a question whether or not he got both feet in bounds.
Well, first off, you want to make sure it's a clean catch on the sidelines. Does he have possession of the football? And then once you declare he has possession of the football, let's look down at both feet, see if they're in bounds, and don't forget, you must maintain possession of the football as you go to the ground.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So he challenged the play, and the coach's challenge does not pay off.
Well, I agree with the head coach still. I would have made this challenge because it was so important to the outcome of the game, and it was a little bit of a gamble, but it was worth it.
Second down after the incompletion. Handoff made. That's a touchdown, and that tightens things up. We have more than a quarter to go, Phil, and that touchdown has certainly lifted their spirits and given them hope that they could still win the game.
It just changes everything here, man. I'm telling you, we're sitting here thinking maybe the game is over, but hold on there, big boy. There's a lot more that's going to happen in this game before it's over.
The Seahawks now lined up for the extra point. Extra point is good. The Colts are about to have the football kicked their way. Their lead has been trimmed. The score's 21-18. Steven Hauschka ready for the kickoff. Smartly takes the knee in the end zone. The Colts offense would like to drive for another touchdown, only they would like to think that this time it won't go to waste and their defense might step up at some point here, Phil.
Well, all they can do is just go out there and score again. Don't worry about your defense. Don't start thinking about that. Worry about your job, what you're doing on the offensive side, because what you have been doing has been terrific.
First down at the 20. Gets the handle here. Johnson's the one who brings him to the ground. They came out here in the first half and established the run, and they haven't let up since halftime.
They haven't. We have a very good run offensive line out here today. We got a really good running back, and the coaches, they kept giving the running back the football, and they are getting it done.
Second and 2. He caught it. He's in the clear. The 10, taking it all the way home for the touchdown. And a comeback now is going to have to be a monumental one. That touchdown has them looking in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they look like they're on good shape on the offensive side, but listen, no lead is safe in this league, so you got to be alert. Be alert for trick plays and things that you haven't seen yet.
The Colts getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good. The Colts kicking team comes out now as the offense takes a break, and they deserve one after going down the field, mainly through the air with over 70 yards passing. The Seahawks are set to return the kickoff. Watkins got it. And he's tackled right at about the 28-yard line. Look at the numbers, Phil. This is a running back that struggled early, but since then has really found his rhythm.
Yeah, when the run game doesn't work, it just looks really ugly to everybody, to the team and the fans. But they stayed with it, and now this thing is starting to look, well, not pretty, but pretty good.
The Seahawks come to the line, and they put their receivers in a bunch formation. Nothing drives a coach crazier than a false start penalty.
False start, offense.
Marshawn Lynch is in the backfield. The Seahawks take it from the 23. Smith's there to take it down.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
After running it, it's second down. They'll go ground. Lynch off the left side. Smith in on the tackle. The third quarter comes to a close, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks will come to the line, trying to put together a scoring drive here in the fourth. It'll be third down. The Colts with a nickel look here on defense. The final quarter underway now with this snap. Another third down conversion. The offense continues to come through in the clutch.
Lynch is able to get it done that time. Why? Because he has the power and the will to make it happen. Third and short, he just gets it done with sheer willpower.
First down here. Wilson's going to take it from the gun. Graham's got it on a pass that had some heat. That's reception. Number 7 for him. Graham's been the go-to tight end today, Phil, and really getting it done.
Yeah, if you want a great passing offense, you need a tight end who can really force the defense to cover him underneath and especially deep down the field. This tight end can do it all.
The football rests at the 44.
First down at the 44. And Marshawn Lynch with the grab.
Arm strength is a nice thing to have when the window of opportunity is very small. Quarterbacks with strong arms can still fire it in there. Nice throw right on target by the QB.
Second and 9 coming up. The Seahawks are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback. Wilson's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Watkins has got it, and a first. The Seahawks have come up with some big plays in the passing game. Watkins been the top target, and he's been very strong in this game.
The offense, what a tremendous design they've had here today. They've had many ways to get this football to the wide receiver, and he has done a good job of taking advantage of it.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Wilson from the shotgun. It's Jermaine Kearse coming down with it.
You can only take what the defense gives you. Even though the offense is down here in the fourth quarter, they throw it short. That was a smart play.
Wilson's now completed 4 in a row. From inside the red zone. Double tight end formation. Second down, 3 for the first. Lynch is tackled down after a gain of 10. As we've seen today, this is a team that's dedicated to the run, and it's paid off with some very good stats on the ground.
Well, it shows you what the coach thinks. He believes in running the football, and when you believe in it, what happens to your football team? They become tough, and they have shown that toughness here today. That's why they have such a good ground game going.
So first and goal to go. Here's the handoff to Marshawn Lynch. He's up over 90 yards so far on the day. The Seahawks pushing towards the end zone here, partner.
Yeah, Jim, they're trying to get back in the game. And what I want to see here, I want to see some creativity on the offensive side to get this team back in the game.
Defense ready in the goal line formation on this one. Second and goal from the 4. Powers his way across. Touchdown. Time is getting short, but with that touchdown, the defense now has a chance to step up, get the ball back, and give their offense the chance to complete the comeback.
Well, what do we say? There's a little old saying. We say, now it's time to put up or shut up. So let's the defense get out there, make it happen, and get a 3 and out and get the football back to your offense.
The Seahawks with the PAT to come. It's good. The Colts are ready to return the kick. He'll have a chance to take off. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. The Colts head back onto the field with their offense. We're going to see if they can keep the scoring onslaught going as we've seen touchdowns on consecutive possessions here, Phil.
Jim, these teams are so hot. And when you're hot like this on the offensive side, you just look at the coach and say, keep sending them in because we're going to make it work.
First down at the 21. Here's the handoff. For about 4. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry.
Good job that time by the defense. They're down. It's in the fourth quarter. They are expecting the offense to run the football, and they stop it for a couple yards.
And it'll be second down and 6 after the running play on first down. The Colts come to the line with a bunch set. Out of the shotgun. Walker makes the grab. As we get another look at the stats, in a game where you're winning, you expect your quarterback to come up big. And that has been the case today.
It's been an outstanding day from the quarterback position. Decision-making, throws all over the field, accuracy. You can't ask your quarterback to do any more than he has done today.
The Seahawks lined up in the nickel. The Colts from the 27. Set up screen. Has his target. This offense can't be stopped on third down no matter the distance.
The Colts, they never back off. That first down, they got a small lead here in the second half. What are they looking to do? They're looking to march this football down the field and score.
First and 10. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. No one's going to get him now. The 20, the 10. Nobody was going to catch him there. Touchdown.
To me, still one of the most exciting plays in NFL football. A long running play for a touchdown. And how about that one? It had it all in its speed. Good moves, good blocks. Exciting touchdown.
The Colts with an extra point try on the way. Driving extra point is good. The Seahawks are in shape now to return the kick. He's not going to test the coverage this time. It'll come out to the 20. Coming into this game, I think most fans were hoping the matchup would go just like this. Two great quarterbacks going back and forth in a tight game.
Yeah, they're playing so well. Don't even have to talk much, which I don't know if I enjoy, but they're playing at a very high level, Jim, and you got to think whoever has the football last is the one that's going to win this game.
Wilson's got no one behind him, just a quarterback waiting for the snap. They'll send it back to the quarterback out of the gun. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab. 8th catch today so far. The Seahawks have trusted their tight end today, Phil. Graham's had no trouble getting open, and that's a reason why.
Absolutely. You look his way. The guy has everything. He has speed, size, and a great pair of hands. You need to find ways to get the football to him.
The Colts go with the dime formation here on defense. Russell Wilson will take it from the gun. An open lane. Wilson's tackled, but earns a new set of downs. The Colts defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. The Seahawks take it from the 43. Scans the field. 2 hands on the football and has the catch. Watkins is tackled down at the 22. Being a go-to target, Phil, I think you would say every quarterback needs one. In fact, one just like this guy.
Well, I know